Hi there, Gemini, and welcome to your October forecast. This monthly forecast can be used for your sun, your rising, and for your moon sign. I separate it into 4 parts. I start off with channeled information, then I move along to a Celtic Cross plus a Catalyst card, and I wrap it up with Health, Wealth, Love, and Destiny. So why don't we get started with the channeled information? Once I selected the deck of cards and began to meditate on your sign, what really came into focus, there were 2 things. The first was a need to prepare and to be ready this month, because I do believe there's going to be a couple of really nice cosmic opportunities to shift things for you. There's a lot of energy at your disposal, and you need to be prepared for opportunity to knock on the door. So cosmic timing and preparation, or prep work here. And by cosmic timing, I mean that you're not going to necessarily be able to control outcome when it comes to something that you're trying to manifest this month. So if you have a long-term goal or something that you just really want to happen, focus more on making sure that everything is lined up so that when that opportunity manifests, and it's not an if, it's a when, that's important that you believe that it will happen, not just that it can happen. That's going to help you let go of holding on to, gosh, this needs to happen by this date, or the frustration over why hasn't something manifested. Because if you just get everything ready and relax, then it's going to be a lot easier for that event or that achievement or opportunity to come into your life. So focus less on the timing, focus more on the preparation or the research, and then if necessary, move on to the next project or to the next thing, knowing that you're ready, it's going to happen, and letting go of it is going to help bring it closer. Okay, let's now take a look at the cards and see what's going to come through. I'm going to start first with the Catalyst, and every week I do blessings and blocks. The Catalyst is a big opportunity card. It also shows the main theme that you're going to experience over the Celtic Cross, which we're going to pull in a moment here. So it's one of 2 bookends that I pull. I look at the Catalyst, and then I look at the Destiny cards to sort of see what both sides of the month are like. So this month we have giant redwood. I love this because whenever I see a redwood, I see stability, and I see something that takes a long time to create. And that really fits nicely with the cosmic timing that we have here. So for those of you that want something great to happen overnight, just realize that, a lot of these quote-unquote overnight success stories, they didn't happen overnight. A lot of time, energy, and waiting went into them. So I want you to be patient and trust. And what you see with this is, looks like a deer wanting to go into the redwood, probably coming out on the other side. But just realize that this is a long-term journey. You're building a beautiful, strong foundation, and that's the most important thing. Give it time to grow. And in regards to love, this is the same thing. If you just started dating someone, try to take it nice and slow, knowing that you don't have to rush, that building a foundation and making sure that you have a lot in common is important. If you're building a house, same thing, or trying to buy a house or sell a house, slow, easy, methodical. This is what is going to help you out. Most important thing this month is to take care of foundational elements of your life, such as your finances, your health, your core friends and family. These are the things that matter most, and everything else is nice, but it isn't as important as basically making really deep roots. And one last thing with this, because of how strong and also thick the bark is here on the redwood, or how deep, I should say, the trunk goes, I want you to develop a thick skin this month in regards to any sort of negative feedback or even constructive criticism. Or just have a solid sense of who you are, and know that really it's important to kind of consider the source before someone throws you off. So that's really the last piece that came through for that. Let's now take a look at the Celtic Cross and see what additional insights they have to offer, or the cards have to offer, I should say. Okay. A lot of team energy and effort going on this month, and some big decisions as well. Okay, so let me adjust the camera so you can see the cards a little bit better. And what we're looking at here is, for some of you, I see stepping away from either something you held near and dear, or perhaps even a surprise change for something that you loved. This can be a person, it can also be a job or an activity that you liked, but the crowning card is Judgment. I'm going to jump to 3 cards that really came to my mind first. So Judgment reversed, showing something that you didn't necessarily want to happen, or maybe someone had control and decided on something that surprised you. The Ten of Swords reverse, showing moving away from a challenging situation, but it's a very binary end. Whenever I see the Ten of Swords, it usually indicates something is finished and you're ready to move on. Three of Swords in the Environment card as well. What's great though is when we're looking at hopes and fears, we have the Fool, which means moving on, moving forward, creating new things. So there's going to be, for many of you, could be a relationship card saying this is your time to move forward, to move on, to let go. And also for those of you that might have been in the past hurt or might be recovering from wounds of the past, whether it's family or a loved one, this is about wanting to move on and let go from that as well. Now let's just shift it away from emotional and I guess sort of environmental change and look at the other cards here. Right at the center, we have the Five of Wands, showing that this is going to be a very busy month for many of you, and teamwork is going to be important. We have the Ten of Cups on top of this. Teamwork and family. So your family may need more of your time and energy, and your work environment may also need some more time and energy. Now, this is a great time for you if you're single to get out, and also even if you're married, to get out and enjoy. You might need a break from the work. So community, friends, loved ones are going to play a very important role on creating balance this month for you. When I look in the deep past, we do have the Four of Wands, and it is reversed. And when I pair that with Judgment reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, Three of Swords upright, what I'm seeing again is a change or a shift in the power or the relationship status for many of you. So if you're in a long-term relationship, there's going to potentially there might be an argument or a change of power. And if you're in an employment situation, this can also mean a difficult transition that's happening, or a very substantial transition where people might be let go, or you might be merging with another department, or you could be transferred. It's an upheaval of sorts. So new opportunity though, and remember, we're focusing more on the long term. This was the Catalyst card, so it's not so much right now. It may feel a little difficult, but I want you to keep focusing on how is this going to help you attach to your long-term goals and aspirations, and letting go of what you need to in this process. There could be someone in your life presently who is either way too stubborn or set in their ways, and a lot of times with the Emperor card, it can be attached to a father figure or a very strong, doesn't have to just be a male, it can be just a very strong person in your life that is yielding their power or is kind of holding their experience over you. What you want to do this month is regain your own power. Whenever I see Emperor or Empress in reverse, it's a gentle nudge to take ownership over parts of your life that you feel like you don't have control of, or maybe that you let go of power. So whatever that is in your life, whether it's looking at your checkbook and making sure that you're balancing it and seeing what your partner is doing, or just taking control of your own if you're single and really understanding your budget, looking at other elements of or other areas of your life, fitness, well-being, friendships, all of this, making sure that you have a say, that you feel like your voice is being heard at the table. The Emperor is someone who isn't ignored, so in your life, if you're feeling like you're being ignored, you want to work on the parts of yourself that are either inviting those types of people in that aren't listening, or perhaps you're just not speaking up enough, or stepping forward enough. I think that what would be great this month for many of you is a chance to travel, to get outside, to have a little bit of fun. I see a lot of heavy stuff towards the beginning of the month, and what I see towards the end of the month for you is an encouragement to do something carefree. The Fool is someone who doesn't overthink, and it's a sort of traveling or a vagabond card. So this would be a great time to take a trip with friends or with family, and to do it just for fun, not to worry too much about it. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it does need to be something that it takes you away from your schedule. And the more spontaneity that you put into this, I would say the better, because it's going to help open up any sort of blocks that you might be feeling because of some of the frustration or the power struggles that we're seeing here earlier. The month ends on a very good note. We have Queen of Swords coming in, so for those of you that are looking for new relationships, this could be a really strong air sign that's going to enter into your life. As an aspect of your personality, this is really saying that the last 2 weeks of the month are going to be great for signing contracts, negotiation, speaking up, writing, anything that involves direct communication. The Queen of Swords is really one of the best indicators that if there's anything that you need to shift, it's a card of empowerment. And so don't be afraid to go after what you're looking for. This card is there to support you. As we're looking at around the second and third week of the month, really good time to develop ideas. So even if some things in your life are starting to fall apart, the interim card here is showing that there's going to be great opportunities and ideas that are moving forward out of this sort of shift or change or loss. So I want you to stay grounded and to continue to work on any sort of projects, dreams, or goals that you have, even if other things are pushing you in a different direction. Don't give up. Remember, stay rooted, stay grounded, and stay focused on the long-term goal, because you're going to have a chance to speak up. And for those of you that might be put into a position where you're asked for advice, the research and the hard work that you're doing now is going to pay off when that opportunity comes. All right, let's now expand the forecast and take a look at your health card. Health includes mind, body, and spirit. And your message this month for health is the sun. And the sun is basically telling you two things. One, I want you to focus on getting outside a little bit more. This is a card that reminds you of the importance of fresh air, of vitamin D, of limited exposure to the sun, but just basically getting out of closed environments, especially where there's air that's recirculating by an air conditioner or you're surrounded by artificial, especially fluorescent lights. Get outside, take a deep breath, enjoy nature, and this is going to help you not just sort of with that vitamin D, but also clear your mind. And the sun card also has to do with any young children in your life, particularly the young males in your life. So if you have a son, or if you have a small child in your life that is needing more of your time or attention, this is really attached to children. And the last element of this card is to try to have fun and to push your ego to the side a little bit. If the card were reversed, this would be about taking things in too much, but since this is an advice card and it's in the health area, this is about believing that the best outcome can happen, trying to have fun, trying to enjoy the company of others. It fits nicely with the Ten of Cups. So spend time with friends and loved ones as a way to alleviate stress, as a way to not take yourself so seriously. Spend time with your children and get outside. The sun is reminding you that things are okay. Okay, we just looked at health. Now let's expand the forecast to look at wealth. Wealth can involve career, money, school, any sort of opportunities that are going to help you get along on goals, basically. But your wealth card this month is Ra, Power, another solar card. One thing I'm going to say in regards to all of these solar cards that are coming through, especially in regards to this, you're going through a 1-year period, one revolution around the sun from now. So if you're trying to make some significant changes, either reducing debt, increasing savings, making some sort of a big shift in your money so that you can do something, next year looks great for those of you in the northern hemisphere, summertime especially, but I'm just going to view this as one revolution around the sun since a lot of us are watching in different hemispheres. So 12 calendar months, and at that point there'll be a nice shift with your money. Now the subtext of this is power, since Ra was a god and the sun god. So whether it's Helios, Ra, or Apollo, they're all the same. This is having a sunny and bright outlook on your future. So if you were going through any sort of loss or anything that you had to consolidate, this is saying you learned from it. You're not going to hold on to that experience. Instead, you're going to rebuild. Many successful businesswomen and businessmen have had what we would consider a failure or a loss or disappointment. The difference is they usually rebound and just take it as a lesson. So that's what this card is reminding you to do. I did sense something in the center here as I'm looking at this too. There may be some of you that come into inheritance this month because these two cards can show sickness, a loss, and in that case, this is going to be a mixed blessing of sorts. Take time Don't do anything with that money if you get it for a full year as well. Sit on it for a while, put it in savings, and give yourself time to mourn and get over this, because it's hard to think clearly, especially when you lose someone near and dear to you. Now let's move along to love and see what the cards have to say about relationships this month. So we have a new love card coming through, and I believe that for those of you that are looking for new loves, new friendships, the beginning of the month up until the 10th is going to be a very good time, because this card is right at the center. For many of you, this could even come through a work situation. Be open to it. And it says, embrace new opportunity of love. This person, and it actually says this may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. So I agree. Be open, and what this means is if there's a work party, or if there's a friend that's having a wedding or some sort of a celebration of an accomplishment, you should absolutely RSVP as yes. Go to these events, go to these networking events. And it may not happen immediately, but you might meet a friend and then a friend of a friend. It's going to be a weird connection that leads you to new love, but you will see it set into action this month. This is the beginning of the domino sequence. So it doesn't, again, if you're already in a great relationship, this is going to be possibly a new best friend or a really great connection that's going to bring happiness, joy, and other relationships into your life. So say yes, get out there, and allow for new love to enter. Even if you've had disappointments in the past, always allow for something better to replace that. All right, let's now go to the Destiny card and see if you like the direction in which you're headed. If not, you can adjust it. If so, stay on track. Your Destiny message this month is all about interpretation. And this is reminding you that things are as good or as bad as you internalize them or make them out to be. So much like I said a little bit earlier, if there's something in your life that's creating a sense of discord or discomfort, this card is really encouraging you to simply look at it from a different perspective. Is this giving you some sort of a growth opportunity in your life? What can you take away from this? And knowing that that's adding experience or adding context to your life is going to be really important. The other thing with the Destiny card is to not miss an opportunity, not to misinterpret a sign or a signal. So stay open, reach out to other people in your life. Whenever I see the hands, it really connects me to the Ten of Cups, which is saying that people in your life can open up opportunities, but you're going to have to accept it or welcome it in. All right, let's now review everything that we just went through, and we'll wrap up the reading. So let's start with the channeled information, which was to focus on preparation. Knowing that cosmic timing was something that you couldn't control, the one thing that you can control is getting ready. And then once you feel prepared, once you've done the research, once you've lined up everything possible, move on to the next project, let go a little bit. Trust in the universe, trust that it's got your back. As we looked at the Catalyst card this month, it was a card of focusing on stability, on developing a thick skin, allowing for criticism to come in and knowing that it's not going to be the end, and focusing on the core elements of your life, friendship, family, finances, and not worrying about what other people are thinking so much, just putting down really great cornerstones so that no matter what the future brings your way, you're ready, you're prepared, and you've built a future to last. Now let's look at the cards themselves. At the center, we have Five of Wands, showing a lot of work going on this month, but a lot of help is available as well because we have Ten of Cups. Also, in family and relationships, you may be expected to step up a little bit, and people may need your assistance. Relationships are shifting this month. For some of you, this could mean a loss, whether it's a sort of symbolic loss, someone falling out of your life because you had a disagreement or parting of the ways. Some of you may be losing someone in your life too, maybe to sickness, health, or other reasons. And if that's the case, there may be a mixed blessing with this, where some money or some opportunity comes out of that. The good thing is, no matter what happens, you exit this as being stronger and more independent. And that's really the challenge, is to own that independence and to take back any power that was lost. Allow yourself some time to grieve or to work through any shifts going on. When it comes to your health, I forgot to mention this earlier, this card also says to take care of stress in your life. You don't want that going into your cardiovascular system. So heart especially, or blood pressure or cholesterol, things like that that could attack the heart or make it weaker. You want to focus on that. Get outside, enjoy, take a trip. This is how you can disengage from some of the drama that's going on. And then be ready at the end of the month, because there might be an opportunity for you to step up, to express yourself, to sell something that you've been trying to sell for a long time. As we look at your health card, we got a solar card attached to this saying get outside, pay attention to children in your life, and also try to enact or invoke that joy that children have, which is sort of carefree. Don't take yourself seriously. This is why I think it's good to spend time with friends and it's good to take a vacation. When we look at wealth, a note that in a 12-month, basically 1 calendar year cycle, you're going to see significant growth and recovery. So allow yourself to move through that, focus on empowerment, take the reins over your financial future. That's why the Emperor card is here, and that's why it's reversed. There's a chance for new friends, for new loves, and for new relationships that are going to create really positive growth in your life. And who knows, perhaps getting out of this situation, some of you could even be a divorce, whatever it is, that's going to be a catalyst or an opening for something much better. And the last card, the Destiny card, is speaking to your perspective over the situations. You can either see them as a blessing or a block, and I encourage you to see them as an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to move on. So that brings this monthly forecast to a close. I hope that it gave you the information and the clarity that you need to proceed. If you ever want more of a one-on-one appointment, I do offer those, and you can check the description area below for rates and availability. Otherwise, if you just want to stay in touch on this channel, one of the best ways to do so is to subscribe. And there's 2 buttons, one that simply kind of brings you updates on your homepage on YouTube. The other one will send you emails when I upload videos. So another way to do that is to subscribe to my newsletter or to join me on my social network channels such as Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Love to have you if you're on those networks as well. Also, if you really enjoy the content, you just want to give a one-time donation or a continuing donation, you can do that through my website. There's a link below where you can donate. I'm also on Patreon under the same handle as this channel. And finally, I just want to thank you, because every month you guys show up, you work on yourselves, you're getting stronger, more intuitive, more empowered, just like we're seeing with this card. And that's really the purpose of what we're doing each and every month. So keep working on yourselves. And thank you so much for all the likes, subscribes, and comments. That lets me know that you're getting something out of this, and I appreciate it. I want to leave you with the idea that perspective is really the most important thing over the course of this month and your life in general. I think really the difference between happy and successful people and other people is that they take the disappointments or the blocks and they see them as lessons, and they don't take it as a personal insult or that things are going wrong. See yourself as strong, empowered, and able to weather any storm. Wishing you much love, light, and abundance, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.